Morning class 7. Today our chapter is Climate of Africa. Along with it, vegetation and wildlife minerals all is being included. Talking about the climate of Africa, I have told you earlier that Africa gets all the important lines, that is Tropic of Cancer, Capricorn and Equator passing through it, and all the three lines are passing, so the latitudes and the extension of it all affects the climate of Africa. Since we have seen that Africa is within the tropics, temperate and the high throughout the year, the variation between summer and winter temperature are only slight. Next comes the land and sea coast. Contrast the Mediterranean Sea. Here the Mediterranean Sea, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Red Sea. It is being surrounded by water on all sides, from north, west and south. As it is being surrounded by all sides, it affects the navigability of the interior parts of the continent due to high planet. The coastal areas is experiencing something different, and the middle interior parts experience something different because the effect of this seas and all this, it is not being seen in the interior parts because here it is high altitudes. Next comes the ocean currents. As it is surrounded by ocean in all sides, it have warm and cold currents passing through these coasts. So see, this is currents, this is cold currents, and these are warm currents. When the cold currents are passing from any coast, it have some effect, and the warm currents, when it passes from some coast, it gives some other difference. Now, for instance, this Canarian current, which is a cold current, it is moving through this northwestern coast of Africa. But while the Benguela current, which is also cold current, it washes the southwest of Africa. Now, being these two current cold, what does they do? They influence the land that are beside this coast. How does this affect them? Now, these are cold currents. The wind that is blowing over this cold current also become cold, and so they can't pick up moistures which the air can pick up from warm water. So as they cannot pick up moisture, so they cannot form clouds. If I am not getting moisture, then what will go up high and come in come together, and then there will be no cloud if no water particles are there. So there are no water particles, no moisture, no clouds, and that's the reason why they cannot bring rain to these places. Now those air or cloud, when they move inside without any rain, so they are not giving rain over here, and these areas don't get rainfall, or if they get also, that will be very low, and that is why the West Africa and the Kalahari Desert, they get very low rainfall. Whereas on the other hand, when we see this side, the Mozambique current, Madagascar current, they are southwest monsoon drift. What is they doing? They are warm current, and being warm, the air that is picking up the moisture, it is having moisture from the oceans, and they go up and cloud is formed, and when they move inside with those clouds, they give rain to this part of Africa. Next comes altitude. What does an altitude means? Altitude means the height of a land from the sea level. Or if this is plain, this is also plain, but this is low plain, this is high plain. The high plain have high altitude, like in India, Chennai is in sea coast, whereas Jammu Kashmir is in high altitude. Same thing. Even though most of Africa here experiences hot climate, The highlands and plateau regions, which is there in Africa, they experiences cooler current, cooler weather because of a high altitude. Here in this equator, there is a mountain called Mount Kilimanjaro. As we know, equator being the hottest place. Still, that mountain is covered with snow for throughout the years, and snow covered mountain can be found in equator. That is something different. This happens because it is having high altitude. Now, what is the condition of climate in the Julys? Okay, that much we will do afterwards. Okay.